Hi, this is a video on how to replace the battery inside the battery pack for a RoboReel. If this looks familiar to you, then you probably have a RoboReel and your battery has died, and you may be having trouble getting another battery pack from RoboReel. This is how to replace it yourself if you're willing to do a little bit of dangerous sawing. So here's the battery that is actually inside that battery case. It's a 12 volt 9 amp battery with I think this is called a 2F connector on it, and this is a commodity battery that you can buy online at many places for about 40 bucks, and then you just replace the one that's in this with that one, put this back in your RoboReel, and you'll be off and running. So first, a few warnings. In order to do this, I had to cut through the green plastic case, and inside that green plastic case is a lead acid battery. Lead acid batteries have acid in them, acid that will burn your skin, acid that will blind you. So do not use any electrical saws to cut into this because you don't know how deep you're going. You don't have a lot of control over it. Wear gloves, wear eye protection. Don't sue me if you don't follow these rules, and so you got to be very careful. So I used a coping saw to saw into this thing. I actually sawed it along this line first because I didn't know what I was getting into. Now if I were to do another battery pack, I would saw directly along this line. So there is a part of the, on one side of the handle is not a lot of green, and on the other side of the handle is more with the warning label. If you go about 3/8 of an inch away from that, that's about the golden spot, so that you'll cut through the case and not cut any of the wires inside the case. And so I went all the way around with that cut and got to inside the battery. Now on this side, there's nothing. If you do see it as you're cutting some black stuff, it could be the foam pads they have to pad the battery from wobbling around too much. But be careful as you're cutting in there not to cut the actual battery. This is what it looks like inside the battery. So you have a red wire that goes on the positive terminal and a black wire that goes on the negative terminal. And that's it. That's all there is. You just unplug the positive, unplug the negative, take the new battery, plug in the positive, plug in the negative, put the battery back together, the case back together, charge it, and you're off with a battery that will work in your RoboReel.